Okay, well it's Thursday the 12th of September, just come up to 5 o'clock. I'm back, fresh from the capture of the Scattered Lin at £36.12 on Monday morning. Still buzzing off that, yeah. Just wish I'd recognised it at the time, but I was so blown away. But I went home and did a bit of detective work and thought, yeah, of course it is, it's a Scattered Lin. It doesn't come out that often, really. I think last time it came out was probably nearly a year ago, something like that, and it tends to live up this end of the lake, so yeah, I still should have really recognised it, but there you go. Just my mind was scrambled. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm back. There's no chance of me going back in the no carp corner swim because that's taken. I can see that. There's not too many other people here. I've seen one car and car park up there. The island swim's free, but I don't fancy that. Hasn't fished too well, I don't think, recently. There's someone in the point swim opposite, so that swim's taken. So it's really going to be new point here, or the margin swim if that's free. But I'm just gonna. I've been watching for about 5 minutes here. We did have a big rain shower, but that's disappeared and the sun's out again now. So I'm just going to watch and see if I can see any movement, and if not, then I'm going to whiz around and see if the margin swim's free. The other thing is that in the margin swim, I'd probably want to fish out to that spot where I caught that 30 mirror from a while back, which is in the plateau swims water. And if the person who's here, who's pulled up in that car park back there, is fishing the plateau swim, then that kind of rules that out. So I may yet still come back here even if the margin swim's free, because I want to fish that spot again. Yeah, difficult as it is to find. Right, I shall catch up with you in a bit. Right, well, I was just talking to one of the guys who's in No Carp Corner, and he has seen fish in New Point Bay. Not today, but yesterday. Although the margin swim is free, I'm just going to drive up to see if I can see if anyone's in the plateau swim. If they are, that's going to kind of decide it for me, and I think I'm going to go around and fish New Point Bay. Well, I'll fish both sides of New Point, one out back in the little channel and the other out into the main bay. Yeah, so I'm just going to drive up now, see across the lake. Right, well, there's someone in the plateau swim, so yeah, that's made me mind up. I'm going to go and fish New Point Bay. Right, well, I've changed my mind, because as I was driving down there after looking across to see that there was someone in the plateau swim, I saw a fish top out there. Pretty decent one as well, within casting distance from here. So yeah, I'm going to fish here and get the old waders on and stick one out there and one in short. So yeah, let's get the gear out of the car. okay, but it's 7:30 now by the time I've sorted myself out. I decided to go long on both rods. I put the first one out at 25 wraps, where I saw that fish show, which showed again whilst I was getting the gear out of the car, on that spot, just about that same distance, 25 wraps, and put 4 or 5 spots around it. A couple of them were bang on, I think. And then I was going to put one in shorter with a solid bag, but then I thought, no, that's the only fish I've seen, and it's, you know, showing a few times in the same place. So I thought, right, I'll stick the second rod out there, and I did at the same distance, just about 20 yards to the right of it, and again 4 or 5 spots around it. So yeah, I think that maximises my chances of a take. Just got to be on it. If one of them goes off, I'm going to have to sink the line of the other probably. Save myself getting in a mess. Let's hope I have that problem, eh? Right, well, the light is drawing in because it's you know, like I say, 7:30. So the head torch will be going on soon, and hopefully I'll be switching it on and seeing you later. Left down rod's going to go. It's just showed over it, right over it. Is it going? Morning, 6:30 now. Well, that left-hand rod did go, as I thought it might, but about 9 o'clock, but to a tench. A tench that somehow managed to pick up my right-hand line, even though that end sort of about 20 yards apart, and meant I had to play the fish in, dragging the lead of my right-hand rod. So that was both rods out of action, meaning I had to cast them both out again. In the dark, against, well, it was poor visibility, and I couldn't quite make out the tree line. Yeah, that kind of took away my confidence, sapped it. But then, looking this morning, where my lines are pointing, I'm not that far off on both spots. You know, I don't know, 6 foot, something like that, perhaps. So, yeah. And I've heard fish this morning down there, down the margin. So, hope he's not completely lost, but yeah, that was a bit of a kicker last night. But it was all set up perfect. I thought, right, I'm going to get a take on one of these. But, no. Right, well, I suppose I better have my second coffee and get myself in gear and start a bit of a pack away. Oh. You see that? Right, well, let's see what the next session brings. Right, well, it's Tuesday the 24th of September. Just come up to 5:30. I've been out of action for a little while, so I've not been able to fish for nearly 2 weeks. So I'm absolutely chomping at the bit to get the rods out. Yeah, just doing a slow lap of the lake to see what swimmers are free. Got no idea how it's been fishing, so I'm just going to have a look, see if I can see anything, and then decide where to fish. Right, well, I just bumped into someone, and he said that it's been fishing okay. There's been fish regularly coming out, but not many. So yeah, it's not been fishing its head off exactly. Northern end of the lake is pretty much sewn up, so I'm going to have to head down to the southern end, where there is a little bit of a light northwesterly pushing down, I think. And yeah, it's probably going to be the New Point swim or no Carp corner, I reckon. Actually, it's more of a westerly that's pushing in here, straight westerly. So yeah, I think I might be going one either side. Yeah, one out there, probably just a solid bag, and similarly this side, somewhere in the middle probably. Yeah, there's someone in the margin swim, point swim, island swim. Yeah, I think this gives me the best option, you know, covering a wide, big area, really, across the two rods. So yeah, why not, eh? Well, I needed to rush to get my rods out in the end. I mean, it was gloomy out there, but yeah, the light did fade quickly. I mean, it's 7 o'clock now, so yeah, it's going to be dark, isn't it? But yeah, I wasn't happy with the first cast with the left-hand rod out there in the back channel. Fell short, didn't even hit the clip. I don't know what I was doing. So and it's at 14 wraps. So I put it out again just now after I'd put my right-hand one out, which is going to be my banker. I think if I'm going to get a take, it's going to be on that rod, because down in the corner of that bay there, near the corner, a fish topped out just as I was setting up and deciding where I was going to cast. So what I've done is I've gone 19 wraps with a bag, which is about probably about 20 yards short of where the fish showed, but I know it's clear out there, and actually I might struggle to put a decent sized bag any further than that. There's no wind or anything, no head, you know, tailwind that I could use. So yeah, I've just cast it out there at 19 reps and got to stick out and stuck a few freebies in the general area. So I mean, if there's fish, well, because there's a fish in that bay, it hasn't got to move very far to find the bait, so I'm hoping it does. Yeah, that's the only sign I've seen, but it's a good one. Yeah, it was a proper Bosch as well. Yeah, I wish I caught it on camera, but there you go. Not seen anything out the back, and you know, there's two bags out there effectively now, one that fell short, and then the other one which is up tight-ish to the far margin and the bushes there. So yeah, it's nice and mild still. It's about 17-18 degrees. We did have rain, torrential rain, the last couple of days, but it stopped, and yeah, nice and mild, and the wind's actually dropped. It wasn't a northwesterly, it was just a westerly, I think, that was pushing in here, but that was quite light, and it's dropped now, so it's calmed off. So yeah, right, well, off to work in the morning, obviously, in what, 12 hours time. So yeah, let's see what the night brings. Get round to the left. I want to come off that bush really. 3. Oh. A bit hairy for a minute there. Oh, straight in. Right, well, it had just gone 12:30 when that rod screamed off. God, it did belt off as well. I couldn't find my shoes or anything. I just ran out here without one in the end. Right. Okay, we have ourselves, hey, calm down, a 19-pound stocky mirror. Look at that. One of the new breed, the new generation. There's a little tubby one, isn't he? To the other side. There you go. Let's get you back. Go on. Well, nice to get that one. Yeah. It was a bit dodgy because it had cut. That's just the bag settling down. I just put it back out there at 19 wraps, and yeah, same spot. Yeah, it was nice to get that one. It was in danger of going around the corner. And the line was going over the top of a branch out there, and I did have trouble getting it off. But eventually, when I wound the fish up to the branch, pulled it down into the water, and thankfully it pinged off. So yeah, little panic was over, and then it just did a swim by the margin after that, and I just literally just scooped it in the net as it came past. So yeah, I don't think that's going to break any records, that fish, because it's quite short and stocky and quite fat already at 19 pound. But yeah, all good sport. Right, well, I'm going to get my head down. I mean, I had been hearing fish out there as I was going off to sleep. There was activity, so there could be more than one. So, with a bit of luck, I'll be seeing you again before the morning. Okay, coming up 7:30 now, almost packed away. Yeah, I thought I was going to have something else last night on this right hand ride out in the bay here, because after I had the fish, I heard more fish out there, and yeah, I kept getting bleeps all night, but no, nothing. I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of bait out before I go. I'm going to put a bit out along that margin there, just with a catty, not much, just a little bit. Keep them interested if they're in that area, and also out there with a stick around about the distance that I fished that bag, with a view to coming back in here tomorrow night, Thursday night. Now chances are Wednesday night's been busy recently, so someone may well jump in here, but with a bit of luck they'll just be doing the night, so it'll be free tomorrow. But yeah, that'll be the plan, I think, because I do think there's still fish out there, and yeah, they may not be going very far between now and tomorrow night. So yeah, I didn't hear anything over on this side, but I still think it's worth persevering with that tomorrow. Yeah, especially if I put a bit of bait out there and prep the area. So yeah, right, okay, well 10 minutes and I'm off. Okay, off to work we go. Should see you tomorrow then. Okay, I'm on my way back to the lake. It's the following day, Thursday the 26th. Just come up to 4:30. We've had sunshine and showers today. We've got some moody old clouds out there. So yeah, the weather looks good. Just hope that the lake isn't too busy and that I can get in the swim that I want. Someone in the swim. Oh, typical. Oh well. Plan B then. Well, no Carp corner here is free. On the back of the wind a bit because we've got a bit of a sort of southwesterly, westerly to southwesterly pushing in. And I think I've had my luck in this swim, don't you, recently? Well, a few weeks ago now. Yeah. Don't know. I'm going to carry on looking. So, Martin swims free. Yeah, I know there's nobody over the other side, so I could fish the plateau water from there. Alright, let's go and see about the point swim. Oh, and that's free. Oh, let's go and have a look. Actually, the way this wind's pushing it, looks more like a southeasterly. But, yeah. There's nobody opposite. So, yeah, I'm just going to watch for a few minutes and see if I get any encouraging signs. Right, well I didn't see anything, but yeah, I've got a good feeling about this swim. So, famous last words. So yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Okay, trap set. I didn't quite have to rush against the light like I did the other night. It's not quite as gloomy today, but there was a threat of rain in the air. It started spitting for a little while, but thankfully held off. Yeah. There was only one person down here when I got down here, but there's a couple more turn up now. I've just heard a car going along there. Someone set up opposite in the island swim. Yeah, so there's a few coming down. Where I've decided to put them is, well, I've put the right end rod out in the trusty spot at 12 wraps. Didn't even put a lead out there first to check the bottom. I know it's going to be clean, I know others fish it, and no fish come off it. So yeah, I've just put a bag out there, but also some spods over the top. 3 spods I think it was, 3 or 4. Just because, well, one, I don't see anyone using bags down here to start with. and secondly, I just think that's something a little different. You know, if you're going to use a bag, or people use bags, they probably just tend to fish them on their own. So you know what I've got there is obviously a nice concentrated spot of bait with a lighter left hand rod, wind I think, just with you know, a scattering of bait around it. So yeah, just something different to try. And the left hand rod, 18 wraps, just shy of where two trees come out and form a little sort of bay in the corner there. Yeah, I did put a lead out there first, nice and clean. So yeah, just like a bag out there again, and again same approach, although the spods went left and right, one in the middle on the money, and then one left and one right. So yeah, just a little bit more of a spread, but the same sort of theory. A nice concentrated patch of bait, and then a little bit of scattered around the general area, and which will probably lie in a different fashion or manner to anyone who's spomming, because I mean a spom opens differently and it all comes out at once, whereas with my spod it bounces up in the water, some comes out, then it upends and more comes out, so and then it drifts on the surface and more comes out. So yeah, one reason I'd use a spod, apart from being an old boy who can't get used to spoms, they keep opening on me. I can't be bothered with picking the little bits out before I shut it and make sure the fins, you know, shut tight. Yeah, another reason for using a spod rather than a spom is the different sort of way in which the bait will fall through the water and lie on the bottom. So yeah, all set. Off at 7:30 in the morning to work, usual thing. Not seen anything in the time I've been setting up. Heard one further down the margin there, sort of in the margin swim water. But yeah, if I was going to put money on a rod going off, it would be the right hand rod out on that 12 wrap mark. So yeah, let's hope my bet pays off, eh? It's 5:30. I've had nothing on the right hand rod all night. Clicks on the left. Lunge. Ready to yes. Right, well I'm not going to wait till it gets light. It's going to be another 3/4 of an hour yet, so let's have a look at the fish, eh? Splosh. Oi, oi, oi. No flipping, please. Just over £27. Oh. No flip. Oh, don't go off yet, Rod. Yeah, didn't have a bleep on that right hand rod all night. Left hand one's been going all night. And then out the blue. Bit of a backside on it, isn't it? Saggy. Oh. Alright. One more. Come on in, let's get back before that other rod goes off. Okay, it's 6:30 now. I've not been able to put that rod out again because the bail arm's broken. Something in the mechanism. I've taken it apart but can't seem to fix it. So I'm going to have to try at home. If not, it's going to be a new reel. Yeah, so I'm down to one rod at the minute. Still bleeping, the left hand rod. So still a chance of it going off. But I'm just going to get my second coffee down me. A little bit of rain out there, but that's okay. I've caught a fish, so I don't mind being wet. Yeah, and then I'll be packing up and I'll be off. Go on. Go on. Okay, well, pretty pleased with that session actually, having had a fish. That's 2 in back-to-back sessions, so yeah, doesn't happen often. I'll be back probably the day after tomorrow, Sunday, to try and make it 3 in a row. In the meantime, that's it for this video, so I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.